I'm going to use the most simplistic version of this as possible. So let's say hypothetically you have an urgent care. So you have patients that can come in and out. There's not scheduled services and so on. When you go in for that visit, let's say you get just looked at by a provider, you're going to incur a procedure code called an evaluation and management, or E&M. Don't have to memorize that. Just know that this is how they charge. You get that code. But then they do a lab test. Oh, you have these symptoms. Well, let's give you a COVID test, or let's give you a flu test. That's another procedure code. And the list goes on. You could do other scans, radiology, so on and so forth. But all those are the different codes that you would then send out to an insurance company. And those are standard codes. But here's where it gets really complex. If you come in and say, I don't have any insurance, then you may have to pay the full gross charge or the full list price. But if you're a Blue Cross patient, Blue Cross has a negotiated discount. And that discount is different than Medicare, than Medicaid, than Aetna. And so literally these practices are dealing with the same service being rendered, but the price is different depending on what the insurance is. And so as a business owner, it's incredibly complex to know what your gross margins are, right? So just by context or comparison to other industries, it's incredibly complex to say, this lab cost me this much money to actually administer the lab and result the lab. It's this much money. And therefore, my reimbursement rate for every one of these contracts that I have, these insurance companies, is different. Incredibly complex. And then to know that you're not always getting paid because somebody's going to deny payment for that.